Have you ever had to share with someone some pretty bad news? Yeah, it's not really easy to share bad news, but sometimes you have to share it so that people can really understand what is happening. Well, what I want you to do right now is to read the story in the Bible. It's found in Daniel chapter 4. Now, it seems very similar to a story that you read earlier in Daniel, but this story is about a dream that King Nebuchadnezzar had, and he had a choice of something to do right after he was told this dream. So I want you to see what the dream was, how that affected King Nebuchadnezzar, and what happened in the end. Okay, pause the video, read through the story and answer the questions, and when you're done, press play and we'll continue from there. The powerful King Nebuchadnezzar had everything, anything that he ever wanted, he could have. But God revealed to him a dream that was something that was going to happen to him if he didn't start changing his ways, if he didn't start following God and be kind to other people and stop sinning in the way that he was. And so God gave him a choice. And unfortunately, he didn't follow God's plan. He continued to do what he was doing. And he ended up paying the price. He lost his kingdom. Had he just listened to Daniel and what God was telling Daniel, a wise person, he could have changed all of that. Instead, he spent many, many seasons, it says. That could have been different seasons like fall, spring, summer, or winter, or it could have been 7 years. We don't know for sure. We just know that it was a while before King Nebuchadnezzar changed his ways. And he could have avoided it completely had he just listened to Daniel. And that gives us the bottom line, which says, if you want to stand for what's right, listen to others who listen to God. The king didn't listen to Daniel, and he paid the price for it. But thankfully, the good end of the story was that after time, he did remember that, and he did turn his way back, and his kingdom was restored. He could have avoided it all had he just listened to Daniel. So I want to encourage you that when you're faced with tough situations, when you hear some bad news, or when you have things come up in your life, and you don't know what to do, go to wise people who listen to God. Go to your pastor, or go to your youth pastor, or children's ministry pastor, or go to your parents who are seeking God. Ask them to help you process that situation so that you can handle it the right way. It really ties into our memory verse for the month. It's a new memory verse. It's found in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10. It says, "Finally, let the Lord make you strong. Depend on his power." We need to depend on God in every life situation, whether things are going good or whether things are going bad. We need to depend on God. So I want to encourage you with your friends and your family to memorize this verse all month long and really put it into the practice of every time a tough situation comes about, depend on God. Ask him to give you the right direction that you should proceed in. All right, everyone, thanks for joining me today. I hope you have a great rest of the week. And remember, always depend on God and trust in him and listen to wise people who are listening to God for direction and path in your life.